The senior advocate of Nigeria, Femi Falana, revealed that $9 billion worth of gold is illegally taken out of Nigeria every year.
It should be information. Do you know the implication? That annually, $9 billion worth of gold is illegally taken out of Nigeria. With according to the former minister, Dr. Oga, through private jets. Oh yes.
$9 billion.
Yes, $9 billion. Gold alone.
They've been able to put a value to it.
Oh yes, you can go. I'm not talking of lithium. I'm not talking of other resources. I just handle a case in Osun State. You know, under our Minerals Act, if you are mining gold or any mineral, solid mineral in my farm, in my land, what does the law provide? 100 naira per acre. An old law. So you are moving me out of my land. I'm a farmer. This is where I farm. But you said, no, get out of the place, not your land. We'll pay you 100 naira. So they were going to give our client 150,000 naira. They came.
This has justified everything that lady that accused Shetima of sponsoring Boko Haram said. You know, the lady revealed that there are a lot of minerals in the northern part of the country. And Nigerian government are not taking money for these minerals. But there are few cabals, there are few people who sponsor terrorism in this area. If they see mineral in your city, they will sponsor terrorism in that city to make sure they chase everybody away, and people will remove eyes there and they will begin to explore such mineral. That is a clear revelation. So be mindful when the federal government are telling you that they are fighting insecurity, that they want to flush out bandits, they want to flush out Boko Haram. It's not as they say. There is something behind it that Nigerians don't know. And in this 2024, we want Nigerians to know their problem. That is just my purpose. That is what I mean. That is the business I have signed. Nigerians should be able to know at least 60% of their problem, so that people will not begin to guess what is not real. You know, when insecurity happens, people will begin to say, who are sponsoring this, who are doing this. You don't need to ask who are sponsoring them. The government knows who are sponsoring them. You see, all these revelations, I am not the one unveiling them. All these things are being said on the national television. Falana is a senior advocate of Nigeria. He quoted the Minister of Natural Resources that 9 billion worth of gold is being exported illegally from Nigeria every year. I'm talking about $9 billion, not naira. So that is the situation we have found ourselves. And as I said earlier, when you look at all this situation, the place where this insecurity are happening are the places where there are minerals. So they sponsor insecurity so that they can exploit people.
We live in a continent where legislators are measured by the number of funerals that they attend, where the efficacy of legislators is measured by the number of weddings they attend, where their significance is measured by the number of men and women that they support on the day of their weddings. And therefore, we live in a continent where the legislator is misunderstood. We live in a continent where legislators are not called and expected to perform their traditional function. We were told then that you, honorable members of the House of Representatives, represented us. We were told then that you are our servants. And for a long time, we believed that you are our servants. But over the years, things did change, and we started believing that you are no longer our servants, and that you had become our masters, and that therefore, even when you claim to represent us in many African countries, and you remind us that you are our servants, we do not believe you, because it is the newspapers that are left to say what you say. The question that you must ask yourself, and this is a personal question, now that you have been given the honor and privilege of serving Nigeria Now that Nigerians and Africans refer you to as honorable members, the question is, are you honorable members or horrible members? Because the question as to whether you are honorable is determined by the service that you render to the people. Now that Nigerians have given you the opportunity to think for them, to imagine for them, when it is reported in the Green Chamber magazine and we talk of Nigeria as being a great country, the question is, and we will be asking you, are you midwives for the good things of Nigeria? Are you midwives that deliver bouncing baby boys and girls, or you are midwives that kill the children in the cradle? Nigerians will be asking those painful questions which are necessary but uncomfortable. Even as I am congratulating you, ask yourself, do you deserve to be congratulated? Because my congratulations are only useful if you are servants of Nigeria. Nigeria has been becoming great for too long. The time is now that Nigeria must be great, in fact. You will know that in the next few years, Nigeria will produce 1 in every 5 of Africans. When I travel to different parts of the world and you travel to different parts of the world, if you do not meet a Nigerian doctor who is at the best in the world, you meet a Nigerian astronaut who is at the best in the world, you meet a Nigerian banker who is at the best in the world, you meet a Nigerian who is as good as anybody in the world, there is no problem with Nigerians. In fact, there are those who say that if you go to any part of the world and you do not meet a Nigerian, run away from that place because that place is not worthy of visiting. Nigeria is a great country, and I have no doubt in my mind that we can make her great. When I hear Nigeria saying that our GDP is only $450 billion, I'm not impressed. And indeed, I remember that a Nigerian son who is now the director of the African Development Bank, Adeshina, said that people do not eat GDPs, and I agree with him. GDPs are not edible. But I hold the view that Nigeria should be in the same space economically as Germany is. Nigeria should be in the same space politically as the United States is. I look forward to the day when Nigeria will have reawakened her agriculture, and that legislation will be produced and publicized in the magazine which speaks to agriculture. I know Nigeria can be great. I know Nigeria will be great. But Nigeria can be great and will only be great if you men and women seated here choose that Nigeria will be great.